We're back here at Graham Rec Park for Game 2 of the doubleheader between the Bluefield College Rams and the Union College Bulldogs. What a game it was for Cam Pearson in the circle in Game 1, where the Rams ended up winning that one 3-1. Well, the righty from Tennessee knocked 7 strikeouts into the books, and the Rams were able to hold on after a big bottom of the 4th inning. Now the Rams are mixing it up in the field, and in the circle, Lakin Sparks, the freshman who started at shortstop in Game 1, will now do the honors in the circle for Bluefield in Game 2. For the Union lineup, it stays relatively the same. Gore, the left fielder, batting first. King batting second, while Lauren Talton, the third baseman, batting third. Haley Lyle, the first baseman, batting fourth, while Mandy Head will catch and bat fifth. Randy Bass, the second baseman, batting sixth. Bailey Godwin, the center fielder, batting seventh. Then Mariah Tedder, the designated player, batting eighth. And closing out the lineup, Brooke Corum, the right fielder. At third base, Carly King. At short, Lauren Bailey. And over at second, Strange. First pitch inside, and we are underway here. And Gore thought that hit her, trying to sell it. And we are underway with a start time of 2:13 p.m. So still windy. That pitch goes outside. Gore quickly up in the count, 2-0. She went 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. And folks, the weather has been really relying on the wind, and this might be the most violent the wind has been all day. It's hard to hear myself. Pitch goes low. 3 balls, no strikes. Just gusting towards home plate. Some clouds overhead starting to really matriculate. 3-0. Right down the middle, it's strike one. That flagpole in center field's about to bend in half. So with that win in Game 1, the Rams have now improved to 6-14 and 3-10 in conference. Pitch on the outside corner, strike 2. Gore tried to sell it to go to first base, but now she's in a full count. Nicole Felker, the head coach in her second season at the head of Union College. She's the coach at third. Payoff. Swinging a ground ball, hit hard right into the dugout of Bluefield, and now the Rams will rely on their pitcher to duel it out again. Count 3-2. Out left field, Mellick. In center once again, Pennington. And in right field, making the start in this one, Savannah Shirley. Taylor Trains at second and Meredith Throckmorton at first. 3-2. Swinging a high drive out to left field. Mellick turning around towards the wall, and that's out of here. 7th home run of the season for Michaela Gore, and the game starts out well for Union. We were wondering when a player was going to take advantage of all that wind flowing out towards left, and Gore, that ball likely would have gotten out of here before, but not as clear as that one did. So a home run for Gore, her 7th of the season. And it's 1-0 Union. So that'll bring up Julie King, the shortstop. Not a great start for Lakin Sparks. King went 1 for 3, had a single in the first inning of Game 1. First pitch right down the pipe. There's strike 1. So in the last game, it took Union quite a while to get their first run of the game on the board, and now just the first at-bat. Gore has scored both runs of the afternoon for Union. As that pitch is grounded over to short, gobbled by Bailey, and she bobbled it E6, and a runner at first base. If you're just now joining us, Gore hit a home run to lead us off here in the top of the first inning. It's 1-0 Union. Now a runner at first after the error from Bailey, and that'll bring up Lauren Talton, the third baseman. Talton had an RBI. She was 1 for 2. Knocked in the lone run in Game 1 off of Cameron Pearson, who ended that one with 7 strikeouts. Pitch. Outside. It's a righty-to-righty matchup. So Union coming into this game 13-18, 11-4 in the AAC. So despite having a losing record, they have the best conference record in the entire Appalachian Athletic Conference. Runner goes, pitches low, throw to second, no one there, bouncing into center field, and Ting will stay at second base. These Rams middle infielders certainly not playing very close to the bag, so O'Neill just has to throw it down to second in the hopes that maybe Lauren Bailey will be close enough to cover, but she is well off. Count 2 balls, no strikes. Pitch, bunt attempt, ricocheting off of O'Neill. And that hit her in the fingers, so she's got to walk that one off. Actually had to drop the catcher's mitt. And the count stays at 2-1. Update from around Bluefield College Rams sports. Rams baseball not playing today against Tennessee Wesleyan because of the weather in Athens, Tennessee. They have to push that game all the way back to Sunday. O'Neill taking a break, and Shelly Newton talking this one over with a home plate umpire. Bailey Engel here, glad to have you with us. Game 2, wind is just freezing us right behind home plate. All of the papers weighed down by water bottles, as well as my computer here on my makeshift press box table. Players don't seem to mind because the wind is like this 100% of the time. Can't stress that enough. We're going to take a break as we try to sort things out here. So after everything's sorted out, it is 1-0 after the home run from Michaela Gore. No outs, runner at second. Top of the first inning. Pitch. Swinging a foul ball on the right side. Lauren Talton quickly down 1-2 in the count. So King got on with an E6. Sparks just hoping for some help from her infielders. Lauren Bailey, who had such a great game in Game 1, just couldn't come up with that ground ball clearly. Righty to righty. 2-2. Change up almost rung her up, and it's high for a ball. 3 balls, 2 strikes. So a full count to Talton, who is a batter that really works up the pitch count. Pitch swung on and driven on the left side, out of play, foul. So we have to step back up on the right side of the batter's box. Payoff. High. And the runner moves over to third. So not only is it ball 4, now runners on the corners, and Sparks really is struggling to get anything going in the first inning. Runners on the corners for Haley Lyle. First pitch inside. So Lyle, the cleanup batter, has runners on the corners as that pitch goes inside. Sparks really struggling here. Seemed like Michaela Gore set the tone in the first at-bat of the game and sent it right over the left field fence. 7 home runs for a batter that hits in the leadoff position. Runner moves from first to second, uncontested, and now the only force is at first base as Talton settles in scoring position. Now 2 balls, no strikes. 3 balls, no strikes, rather. Sparks going up towards the rubber again, in danger of walking the bases loaded. That pitch is blooped out towards center. It'll bounce in the dirt. Runner is there, and now it is 2-0. Strange fielded, had nowhere to throw it to first. So King scores, Talton moves to third, and Lyle on with a single. Second hit of the game and still no outs. 2-0 Union. Here comes Mandy Head, the catcher, who tries to poke it down on a bunt. Instead, she fouls it right behind the catcher. So Union failed to score 2 runs in the entirety of the last game, and now they have 2 with no outs in the top of the first inning. Down at 0-1. The pitch still showing bunt. Hits it hard. Third base line, or first base line rather. Throckmorton with a bad throw through Strange's legs. The run will score in Talton. And really everything is starting to pile on for Bluefield. So Lyle over to third. Head at first base on an E3. Coming up on the little slow roller. Just couldn't field it cleanly. 3-0, Lyle at third, and no out still. Already 2 errors in the inning. Bunt shown, and now a foul ball as a hitter. Randy Bass at the plate now. The Union coming back with a vengeance in the first inning of this game. Randy Bass went 1 for 3. She had a single. Count at 0-1. Runners on the corners. No outs. Pitch. Swinging a ground ball up the middle. Sparks trying to chase it home. Throw there. Easy tag. And there's out number 1. So Lyle didn't even think about it. That was a good idea to throw it home. And Buddy Gallimore yelling on the other end and thinking that Lyle possibly elbowed O'Neill. There's 1 out. Head over to second, Bass on to first on a fielder's choice. That pitch is grounded up towards the middle, bounced off by Bailey, and once again, everybody's safe. As Bailey Godwin snuck it off of the pitcher's glove and then bounced to Lauren Bailey. You gotta think with the pitchers that try to field their position in softball, you might just have to let your shortstop do the work. So now on, bases loaded. Mariah Tedder up with 1 out and bases loaded. That pitch is grounded over to first. Throckmorton going home. It's there. Throw to first. In time. 3-2-4 double play. A rare one at that. So Bluefield gets out of the first inning finally. It's 3-0. Tumultuous top of the first finally ends for Bluefield as they trail now 3-0 to Union College in Game 2 of this doubleheader. Leading it off, it'll be Kate Pennington for Bluefield going up against Heather Keene, who did a great job relieving Cazares there in game 1. Now Kate Pennington stepping up to the plate looking for her first base hit of the afternoon. First pitch to her. Swing and a miss on a changeup well out in front, strike 1. It'll be Pennington batting first, Lauren Bailey, the shortstop, batting second. Batting third and in left field in this game, Cam Pearson. While Meredith Throckmorton, the first baseman, will bat cleanup. 0-1. A little bit high. Batting fifth, Lakin Sparks, the pitcher. Riley O'Neill will bat sixth and catch. Carly King batting seventh and playing at third base. Talon Strange, the second baseman. And Savannah Shirley, the right fielder, batting ninth. As Pennington sends it out to left, and it's dropped out in left field. It's a base hit for Pennington, and she'll get to second base on a double. So Gore tried to dive out in front to get it and couldn't glove. Here comes Corum over. Corum playing in right, Gowan in center, Gore in left field. Talton at third. Here comes Lauren Bailey showing bunt, pulls back, it's outside and low. Coming into today, Heather Keene, 4.43 ERA with a 4-5 record. 49 innings pitched, 57 hits, 35 runs, 31 earned, and she had 39 strikeouts coming into today. Bailey fouls it off, going to the backstop as the wind changes directions towards the left field fence. She's quickly down 0-2. Bailey with an error in the top half of the first. Now we're in the bottom. No balls, 2 strikes. Runner at second. The pitch. Swinging a pop up third base side, foul territory, and Mandy Head tried to slide to get it. She couldn't. So Bailey steps back up on the left side. 2 strikes on her. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss. Nowhere close. And now trying to throw it down to second. And Head will just eat it on a pump fake. First strikeout of game 2 for Keene. And with 1 out, that'll bring up Cam Pearson. Batting right-handed and a runner at second. The pitch. Pearson watches it go right down the middle, strike 1. So Melick not playing in game 2 for Bluefield. At least in the starting lineup, so Cam Pearson will be out and left. Another 0-1. Swinging a pop-up, shallow center, stepping up Gowan, and she'll make the catch. Already 2 gone, 3-0 the score in favor of the Union Bulldogs. I'll bring up Meredith Throckmorton. So Union sent 8 batters to the plate in the first inning. Couple of errors, a couple of balls just pinballed around in the infield. Rams just fell asleep. Runner at second. Pitch inside. And a 3-2-4 double play that ended it. Really what set the tone. First at bat of the game, Michaela Gore sent it over the left field wall. Pitch is inside, 2 balls, no strikes. So Pennington on with a double. Already 2 outs. Pitch from Keene. Notching on the outside corner, strike 2. Well, Throckmorton, we saw in game 1, she really does not like that outside part of the plate. Pitch. Inside, throw to third, skipping in, no tag. Stolen back for Kate Pennington. Not a great throw from Mandy Head down to Talton, and Pennington had a big jump, slid in feet first. Now the count says 3-1. Pitch. Swinging a pop-up right behind home plate, and that'll go over the wall and out of play. Full count now. Wind momentarily stopping for just a second. Could be a big at-bat for Throckmorton. Pennington at third with 2 outs. Keene rocks and offers. Swinging a pulled foul left side. Once again out of play. So Throckmorton waving the bat, she's ready. He's trying to knock in Pennington for the first time today. Another payoff. Swinging a little flare, middle of the infield, and caught by Bass as she nearly stumbled to the dirt. So no runs on one hit, no errors, and one runner left on base. 3-0 Union going to the second in Bluefield. Union looking for vengeance in game 2 of this doubleheader. They already lead 3-0 going into the second inning. They sent 8 batters to the plate on Lakin Sparks in the first inning, and now here's the 9, Brooke Corum, the right fielder. Steps up to the plate on the right side. First pitch goes outside, count 1-0. Sparks trying to whip it in there as that pitch is sent on a line out to right field. Shirley watches it drop in front and has no throw to first. Boy, that wind just terrorized that ball. Looked like it was going straight to Shirley and she had a chance to catch it, but it just died. So a base hit for Brooke Corum. Another one already for Union, and we go back to the top of the lineup with Michaela Gore. Gore had a home run, shows bunt, lays it down, up to the pitcher, throw to first, off from Strange. Now going to third goes Corum, and everybody is safe. Another error. So Sparks with a throwing error there. And Gore on with an E1, so she is now 1 for 2. And now it looks like a change will be made. Strange goes out to right field. Shirley brought in. Carly King moves to second. And back to third base will go Michaela Phoenix. So Shelly Newton not really liking how Taylor Strange was covering there. And a timeout called, and we'll take a break as well. 3-0 Union. We're in the top of the second. Well, here's Julie King. Runners on the corners. Popped up on the first pitch to her, and it goes out of play. King reached on an E6 in the first inning and came around to score a run. It's 3-0 Union. No outs, runners on the corners. Corum over at third. She singled. And then Gore got on with an E1 that also advanced Corum to third. Pitch. 0-1. Gore going to second, and O'Neill will just have a punk fake, and Gore moves to second base. Runners on at third and second now. Wind blowing in hard towards home plate. So it's not necessarily flowing out. Pitch. Swinging a little jammed. Bumper up towards the middle. Bailey can't field it, and this is not Bluefield's game in the slightest. Cora moves home, and it's now 4-0. Gore moves to third, and King now is at first. Bailey just let that ball bounce right over her glove. Here's a single. That'll bring up Lauren Talton, who got on with a walk. First pitch, runner going, check swing, foul ball. Talton was one of the 3 runs that scored in the first. A few Ram fans making it through the windy elements to sit on the third baseline. 0-1, swinging another foul ball. So King has had a big jump to move to second twice, and now she has had to go back to first 2 times. Quickly down 0-2 is Talton. No balls, 2 strikes. Runners on the corners. Sparks struggling to get out. Pitch, swinging a pop-up down the right field line. Strange giving chase, and it will bounce as Strange runs into the fence hard. And that looked pretty bad. She's up. Seems to be fine. No balls, 2 strikes. Taunton in game 1 fouled a ton off of Cam Pearson. So coming into this game, pitching-wise for Lake and Sparks, some stats will definitely change today as that one is driven out to left. Pearson finds it in the sky and makes the catch. Trying to tag up is Gore, and she will score on the sacrifice fly. First out of the second inning. So it's 5-0 now in favor of Union. Here comes Haley Lyle. Magic number for a run ruling is 8 runs by the 5th inning. Showing bunt. Lyle pulls back as the fastball goes high and in. And Union looks like they have thought about why they are the #1 team in the AAC. Meanwhile, Kate Pennington calling timeout to tie her shoes up in center field. And she'll turn around and go right back to her post. It's 5-0. Pitch. Change up high and outside. It's ball 2. Lyle reached on a single in the first and was thrown out at home on a ground ball that went straight up the middle. Pitch, high and in. 3 balls, no strikes, 1 out, 5-0 the score. And the 1 out was just recently that sacrifice fly to left. 3-0. Inside ball 4. And Lyle moves to first base. It has not been a great start for the Rams. And fielding-wise, that has really been why Union has been able to jump on them so hard in game 2. Ball's just booted around the infield, slowly rolling through the gloves. Mandy Head, the catcher, steps up to the plate. The pitch, and she swings and whips it over to left field, a base hit. Pearson slips up, gets up after fielding it. And now the bases are loaded with 1 out. Lyle moves to second. King now over to third base. And Mandy Head on with a single. Here comes Randy Bass. Reached on a fielder's choice her last time up. Glad to have you with us on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Union wasting no time to go up 5-0. Pitch. Swinging a line drive up the middle, base hit. King comes in to score. And the runners go station to station. It's 6-0. Lyle over to third, head to second, and well, Union has certainly woken up from that first game hangover. Bailey Godwin. Lefty watches a pitch go outside. So for Sparks, she has an 8.09 ERA. That might jump up today. 2-6 record. That pitch is skied out to left field. Pearson finds it in foul territory, and it drops low. The wind pushing the ball left, 6-0. Just in the top of the second. Base is loaded and 1 out. Pitch. Godwin watches it go outside and low. 2 balls, no strikes. Pitch. Swinging another line drive straight up the middle. Caught, and a throw to third there. Another double play to end with the bases loaded. A great heads-up move by Lakin Sparks, and Godwin as well as Haley Lyle retired. 6-0 though. Union doing damage as we head to the bottom of the second. Rams have gotten themselves into a bit of a hole. 6-0 Union leads. And it has been tough to do anything against the pitcher, Heather Keene. A double for Kate Pennington to lead it off, though, in the bottom of the first, and then subsequently the next 3 batters retired by the pitcher from St. Augustine, Florida. Here comes the pitcher for Bluefield, though, Lakin Sparks, leading off. Had a good game at the plate in their last appearance in Game 1. Takes a strike right down the middle. Riley O'Neill batting second, and the third baseman, Carly King, coming up to the plate after that. The pitch on the outside corner of the plate, strike 2. So 6-0. Rams have been crippled by their defensive plays in this one. And Union just putting the ball in play. Rams haven't been able to answer. Now the 0-2. Swinging a ground ball down the third baseline, foul. Sparks in game one with a couple of hits. She ended up going 2 for 3. And a couple of singles and RBI as well. Down 0-2 in the count. Heather Keene doing a great job. The righty pitches. Swinging a pop-up first base side, trying to find it. Lyle, and she does. Makes the catch for out number 1. Here's Riley O'Neill. O'Neill coming from Tennessee. Steps up on the right side, facing against the righty. That pitch is driven out to left field, dropping for a base hit past the dive of Gore, trying to stretch 2, but then thinks about it again as O'Neill gets back to first base. So that is just the second hit of the game given up by Keene, and the second hit of the day going back to her performance in game 1. Here comes Carly King. Now King had a big hit in game 1 as she takes a heavy cut at the first pitch. It was high. Already 1 out, 6-0, Union leading after scoring 3 runs in both the first and the second innings. We're in the bottom of the second now. Pitch. Check swing, inside corner, and he called it a strike anyway. No balls, 2 strikes. Well, Keene going with that black cap again in game 2 with the U across the front panel. Union wearing the white jerseys and the orange pants. The 0-2, high and in. Rams with the blue jerseys, white pants, blue stripes going down the side with the white letters with a red trim. Down 6-0 and a 1-2 count for King with 1 out and a runner at first. Pitch, swinging a drive, left field, but foul. One ball, 2 strikes. O'Neill on with a single. See if Keene can keep her magic going for Union. The pitch, swinging another drive into right center, sliding to get it, and Godwin makes the catch. Didn't necessarily have to slide, but she almost stumbled up. And makes the catch anyway. 2 outs, O'Neill goes back to first, and here comes Taylon Strange. A senior from Tennessee steps up on the right side of the plate. First time we've seen her had a bat in her hands today. Looking for her first hit of the season. So that pitch is taken for a strike. O'Neill over at first. 0-1. In the dirt, past head. O'Neill moves to second. And on the wild pitch, the Rams have a runner in scoring position. Now Mandy Head calling time to try to talk this one over with Keene. Count evens at 1-1. Rams already have 3 wins in the AAC now. What was probably considered an upset in game 1. Cam Pearson with 7 strikeouts and nearly had a shutout going in towards the 6th inning. Strange looking for her first hit of 2018. Now the 1-1. Swing and a pop-up straight back to Keene, and the inning is over. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and O'Neill left at second base. We go to the 3rd. 6-0 Union on top. Union already leads in this one 6-0. Headed to the third inning now. Lakin Sparks trying to duel it out in the circle, facing off against the designated player. The 8-9-1 for Union, Ryan Tedder. Tedder ended that top of the first inning, heading into a 3-2-4 double play. Pitch. High in. Both innings ended by double plays. But after three runs scored for Union both times. Rams won game one 3-1. Different story in game two. Next pitch drops outside and on the righty. Quickly down 2-0. Corum on deck and Kayla Gore in the hole. Was already reached base and scored twice today for Union. The freshman pitches. Too low, right across the Union letters. Strike one. Count 2-1. Rams have been not that awesome on the field today. Another way to put it, at least in game two. Pitch. Swinging another pop-up, shallow center. Pennington converging and makes the catch. So Tedder falls to 0 for 2, and that will send Brooke Corum to the plate. Single to lead it off in the second, and came around to score a run. Game 2 of this doubleheader. Sparks trying to build up some sort of pitching repertoire in her college career as she pitches a little outside on a fastball, ball one. Working with Cam Pearson, the senior pitcher coming from a JUCO, has a little bit more experience. Pitch, swing, and a pop-up again. Shallow part of the infield. Haley steps up and gloves it for out number 2. So that is the quickest to 2 outs the Rams have ever been able to do today. Just in the top of the third. Back to the top of the lineup with Michaela Gore, who started off the game with a home run, her 7th of the season, and reached on an error by the pitcher on a throw. Back in the second, came around to score. Also has a stolen base. Pitch, swing and a miss. There's strike one. Gore wincing after that, knew that she missed it by just a second. Calling time, steps back up on the right side. Showing a check swing for the timing. Pitch, swung on, popped up center field, going back towards the fence. Pennington charges up, and 1-2-3 go the Bulldogs in the top of the third. Rams still down 6-0 and trying to come back when we come back on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Michaela Phoenix steps up to the plate, and we are ready to start out with the bottom of the third. It's 6-0. Heather Keene's still in the circle as she whips in that first pitch on the outside corner. So Phoenix came in for Savannah Shirley, and now comes up into this one looking for a rare opportunity to get on base. Usually plays at third. So the next pitch drops outside and low. Count at 1-1. Phoenix Looking for her first hit of the season. Has scored a run, though. The pitch. Swinging a pop-up foul, ricocheting over the overhang of the backstop, and she's down 1-2. Coming from Shawsville, Virginia. Very close to Blacksburg, Virginia, on Montgomery County. Got in 1 ball and 2 strikes. Nobody on. 9-1-2. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Keene with her second strikeout of game 3 or game 2. And now we're in inning number 3, back to batter number 1, and Kate Pennington. Pennington doubled and stole a base. Left at third her last time. First pitch she sees, fouls it straight back. So Pennington and Riley O'Neill, the only players in game 2 for a hit for the Rams. Well, if you're hearing that, Mother Nature's still giving us a gigantic amount of wind in game 2, 0-1. Inside corner. Well, Pennington looks up, didn't like that pitch, but Keene able to work it in. No balls, 2 strikes. The senior from Southwest Virginia down in a bit of a hole here. Pitch. Way inside. She had the limbo out of the way. Making the start in center field for the second consecutive time. Play the entire Milligan series at shortstop. 1-2. Swing and a miss. There's strike 3, another strikeout in the 3rd inning. To bring up Lauren Bailey, who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. 6-0 Union leads. They were eliminated in 3 straight batters in the top half of this inning for the first time. That didn't even happen in game 1 as that pitch is grounded straight up the middle, snagged by Keene. She throws to first and the inning is over. Headed to the 4th inning, Rams looking for a break. They trail 6-0. Now to the 4th inning, first pitch to King. She pops it up first base side, and it's just been that type of day for Bluefield. Throckmorton as well as Carly King well in position to make that catch, and it just drops right in between them. Ton of errors for Bluefield. 2 innings where Union has put up 3 runs, and honestly the damage could have been worse because both of those innings were ended with double plays. Now we're in the 2-3-4 part of the lineup. King, Talton, and Lyle. 6-0 Union. Pitch, change up right down the middle. Beautiful pitch there. And quickly down in the count, 0-2. King is 1 for 2 in this one. Reached on an error and also singled. She scored a pair of runs. 0-2. Flies outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Spark struggling, but certainly not getting a lot of help from her fielders today. Pitch, outside, missing. That was almost there. A little bit of noise coming from the Bluefield dugout on the third base side. Count evens at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch. Drops in low again, a breaking ball. Rams still have a chance to come back, but Union trying to put these next couple of runs in. Possibly go home early in a mercy ruling, leading 6-0. 3-0. Swing and a pop-up, or it'll go on the right side, out of play. Should have said that was a 3-2. Now the count is still full. Righty to righty, Sparks looking in. Payoff. Swing and a drive out to left center, going back. Pearson makes the catch right in front of Pennington, who was walking in on it. And a good job by Pearson, who pitched in game 1 and had 7 strikeouts. Able to make that catch for out number 1. Now to bring up Lauren Talton. Dalton has scored a run and also drove in one on a sacrifice fly. Well, steps up looking for an at-bat. No batting gloves. Pitch whipped high and away. Count 1-0. Wind blowing towards the left field wall now. Pitch behind her. Not the best one from Sparks. Only one out, the pitch. Inside again. Wind really not helping any of those breaking pitches as well. Well, Talton with a little bit of power. I haven't seen her swing and drive on one so far today. She has fouled a good amount off. 3-0. Inside, ball 4. Moves a runner over to first with a 6-0 lead, and that'll bring up Haley Lyle. Singleton walked. Has yet to score in this one. 6-0 still the score. Just one out in the 4th inning. Pitch. Right down the middle, whip to first. No tack from Throckmorton. Bluefield just trying to find some sort of chemistry. Shelley Newton talked with them for a very long time after that doubleheader sweep against Milligan as that pitch hits on the inside corner, strike 1. They certainly look like they found it in game 1, but then game 2 started. A couple of balls booted around the infield, 3 runs came in, and then Union just set the tone. Pitch goes outside. Way high, and it hits the backstop, moving to second, Talton. And she'll get there. There's a wild pitch. 3-1 the count. Still, though, we're glad to have you here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Maybe not the best one for the Rams. 3-1. Swing and a miss. Good pitch. I'll have to appreciate some of the Ram fam that comes out here in game 2. Pitch. Inside corner, strike 3. Got her. First strikeout of the afternoon for Lake and Sparks. Here comes Mandy Head. The pitch. Outside corner, strike 1. Heads also reached twice, had a single in the second, and reached on an error by the first baseman in the first inning. So 2 gone, 6-0 the score. 0-1. Swinging a hard hit ground ball down the third base line and foul. Again at 0-2. Sparks just trying to end this inning. That would make it 2 straight scoreless. Pitch. Swinging a pop-up out to left. Pearson backpedaling, and she jumps to make the catch for out number 3. Didn't look like she was really that aware that that was the 3rd out as she was hurrying to get that ball back in. But no runs score on no hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. 3.5 in the books. Headed to the bottom of the 4th, still 6-0 Union. Rams trying to put a dent in this one. They're down 6-0 going into the bottom of the 4th. Heather Keene is doing a great job in the circle for Union. Cam Pearson and the 3-4-5 due up for the Rams as that pitch is fouled straight back for strike 1. Pearson drove one out to center field. Godwin chased it down back in the 1st inning. Rams only have 2 hits in game 2 and 3 strikeouts of the game for Heather Keene. She's only given up 2 hits today after she came in back in the 1st game. Pitch. Swinging a pop-up. That'll go over the press box and just clear a car. Quickly 0-2. Pearson on time, just trying to get the barrel around. Oh-2. Swinging a pop-up on a high pitch, 3rd base line, foul territory, and dropped right off the glove of King. I'm not sure if it's the wind or maybe just some air miscues, but some of these pop-ups have just been tailor-made cans of corn, and they have just not been able to glove them today. So Pearson gets another chance. 0-2. Outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 6-0 Rams down. 1-2. Swinging a pop-up foul and Pearson staying alive. It'll be Meredith Throckmorton up next and Lakin Sparks in the hole. The Rams really haven't put the ball in play as much in this one either. 1-2. High and in. Nearly up to the chin of Cam Pearson. And the count is at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Union's fielders have backed up her pitcher, unlike Lakin Sparks. The pitch, swinging a high pop-up left side. That'll carry out of here in a hurry. But a lot of drive on that last hit. One ball, 2 strikes. Pearson takes a look at her bat. Face mask on her batting helmet and waits on the right-handed side. 1-2. Outside, nearly there. 3 balls, 2 strikes, a full count. Payoff. Swinging a pop-up. That'll carry once again on the right side out of play. And Lakin Sparks whipping in a few new game balls that have been chased down from the hill. Count remains full. Wind blowing towards home plate. Second payoff. Popped up again, foul territory, and once again over the fence, out of play. Good plate appearance for Cam Pearson to lead us off in the bottom of the 4th, down 6-0. Another one driven foul. Just peppering this Graham Rec Park. Twelfth pitch of the at-bat. High and outside, ball 4. What a plate appearance for Cam Pearson. For the second time today, Bluefield has their leadoff batter on, and that'll bring up Meredith Throckmorton. So for Meredith Throckmorton, what can she do here? Last time she popped up to the second baseman. An American flag and the pole bending out in center field. First pitch, Throckmorton takes, and it's ball 1, a high fastball. I have to wonder when Keene and her stuff she's been able to throw today is going to run out. So far, so good for the Bulldogs, though. 1-0, high and in. 2 balls, no strikes. Now a calm moment. 2-0. Swinging a drive, left field, base hit. Bouncing towards the fence. Pearson sprinting towards third, getting the green light to go home. She will. Talton with no throw. RBI double for Meredith Throckmorton. Well hit ball for the sophomore first baseman. And Bluefield is finally on the board in the 4th inning. Meanwhile, no outs, and it's 6-1. Now Lakin Sparks stepping to the plate, and Shelly Newton will call time to talk this one over with the umpire. Not 100% sure what she wants here, but she probably, seemingly after she glances out to second, wants a new runner, and that will be the case. Gabby Mellick to come in to run for Meredith Throckmorton. RBI double for the first baseman. So the freshman replaces the sophomore for a little bit more speed on the base paths, and now Lakin Sparks as a runner in scoring position. Still no outs. Inning led off with Cam Pearson fouling a ton of balls off, and in 12 pitches was able to get to first on a walk. First pitch to Lakin Sparks, right down the middle. And Sparks popped up to the first baseman her last time. Pitch, high and outside. Already in the 4th inning, Rams down by 5. So not giving up just yet. Really the first weakness we've seen from Keene today. Those fastballs hanging over the plate. 1-1. Swung on, popped up left side of the infield, drifting, and King still makes the catch. There's the first out, and it'll be Riley O'Neill's turn. O'Neill singled. Still just one of 3 hits on the day for Bluefield. And that walk, by the way, to Pearson was the first walk by Keene in the entire game. For the bottom of the 4th, runner in scoring position in Mellick. The pitch outside. Wynn refusing to quit. One-0. And Mellick beckoning off over at second base as that pitch goes outside and low. Well, Newton already gave Kate Pennington, the green light to steal third today. Have to see if she does it with Mellick. 2-0. High and outside. 3 balls, no strikes. And it's low, ball 4. So O'Neill goes to first. Second walk of the inning from Heather Keene. And Carly King with a chance to break it open. Mellick at second. She replaced Throckmorton as the runner, who doubled in Cam Pearson. Just 1 out, and here comes King. King popped up to the center fielder last time. That pitch is tapped foul, third base side, and right near the backstop. 5-run lead for Union, scoring 3 runs in the top of the first and the top of the second. But since then, Lakin Sparks has shaped up, so has the Bluefield infield. And the hitting has woken up as well. Chance on the 0-1. Popped up hard right behind home plate, and it'll drive out of play. There's strike 2, no balls, 2 strikes. King stepping in for Mary Blake Avery in the lineup in game 1, and now time called. Pitch. Little outside. Mandy Head looking for a frame job there, but it's ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Carly King with a chance to really kind of impress Shelly Newton here. See what she can do. 1-2. Swinging a tapper foul and caught by Head. It's strike 3. So another strikeout for the pitcher in this one, Heather Keene, and now 2 outs with runners at second and first. Taylon Strange absolutely due for a hit, looking for her first one this season. Pitch. Swinging a drive out to left field. There it is, her first hit of the season. Going home is Mellick. Throw, skipping in, she's safe. RBI single for Taylon Strange, and now it's 6-2. Wasn't a great throw from Gore into home. On a couple of bounces, it got there, and it was pretty close, but Mellick able to really challenge Union there. Meanwhile, O'Neill over to second. Strange on at first with her first hit of the season, and it's an RBI single. 6-2 the score. Here comes Michaela Phoenix. 2 outs. First pitch. Swing and a miss. Chasing outside. Strike 1. Looks like Phoenix has been trying to swing away at some of those pitches that have flared outside. Pitch. Lays off high and outside again. Ball and a strike, 2 outs. Inning started off with a walk from Cam Pearson. Meredith Throckmorton drove her in hard on a double. And after that, Mellick came in to run. Pitch inside, O'Neill got on with a walk. And then an RBI single from Taylon Strange. Two balls, 1 strike. Now the pitch. Outside. And that was ball 3. Phoenix was ready to go over to first base. Now she'll have to wait for another pitch. And Newton is hanging on to her third baseman and just swing and hit the ball. She does that time, fouls it off. Get some more game balls from Lauren Bailey. 6-2, Rams within 4. Definitely making it a new ball game. We're just in the bottom of the 4th. Slower moving game. The pitch inside. This time it's ball 4 and the bases are loaded. Strange over to second. O'Neill to third. And Phoenix at first base now. Kate Pennington with the bases loaded. Theoretically, with a swing of the bat, this could tie up. And it looks like maybe a pitching change is in the works. Heather Keene struggling for the first time today, loading up the bases. And a new pitcher coming in. We'll tell you who she is after this break. 6-2, bases loaded, 2 outs, bottom of the 4th. New pitcher in the circle is the junior from Tempe, Arizona, Rachel Gaudin. Bases loaded, 2 outs. First pitch to Kate Pennington. A fastball that hits the outside corner for strike one. Gaudin with a .455 ERA, 1-3 on the year. And she has no saves on the season, but 27 2/3 innings pitched. 0-1. Outside and low. So Pennington with a double earlier on in this game was left at third base after stealing it. Now she has some runners to try to come in. It's 6-2. Swing of the bat could tie the game. 1-1. Inside head, watches it roll down the third base line, but she'll pick it up. Two balls, one strike. O'Neill at third, Strange at second, and Phoenix, fresh off a walk, is at first. Two, 1. Outside corner, quickly down, 2-2. Rams had the bases loaded in game one and did not convert there either. Let's see if they can do it in game two with the stakes a little bit higher. 2-2. Swinging a tapper towards second, charging up Bass, drops the ball, no throw, and the run scores. And now an out is called. Trying to see what exactly happened there. And we'll try to get it for you, but that is it. 6-2 headed to the 5th inning. Just a quick update. That was runner's interference as Phoenix was moving to second base, and that is it. 6-2 as we go to the 5th inning. Rams down by 4. Rams put up a couple of runs in the bottom of the 4th. It's now 6-2. Still, they left the bases loaded. That last inning ended on a catcher or a runner's interference called on Michaela Phoenix. Now with the 6, 7, 8 due up to face off against Lakin Sparks, it'll be Randy Bass, who has reached twice. Leading off, first pitch, she swings and grounds it foul. Count at 0-1. Rams with a little bit of life, just down by 4. But Union looking for a way to sneak by here in the 5th inning. Trying to split this doubleheader. Rams could use a sweep. Pitch. Swinging a ground ball over to short through the legs of Bailey, and boy, the Rams are getting eaten up in the field. There's an E6, Bass on. That was just a tailor-made play, and Bailey just knew it. Godwin goes up to the plate now. Had a single in the first inning and lined out to Lakin Sparks in that big double play back in the 2nd inning. Pitch goes high and outside. It's ball 1. Pitch. Swinging another ground ball over to third. Phoenix Fields whips to first. Off the bag. Throckmorton didn't catch it anyway. Bluefield is making it tough. And this time it's going to be an error on Phoenix. So a pair of errors to start out in the 5th inning is victimizing the left side of the infield. That'll bring up Mariah Tedder, who's 0 for 2, showing bunt, lays it down straight up the middle. Sparks throws to first in time, and with the 1-4 putout, the sacrifice is intact as both runners move into scoring position. Pass to third, Godwin to second, and Corum steps up to the plate. Nicole Felker, just in her 2nd season as the head coach of Union Softball. So far, the Bulldogs making her proud today, putting the ball in play, and good pitching from Heather Keene all the way up until that last inning. This pitch hits on the outside corner. Hormer last time up popped out to Lauren Bailey at short. Oh, 1. High and inside. On a strike, 1 out. Wind still whipping in. Not necessarily as violent as we saw it at the start of the game, but now it is kind of came and gone. The 1-1. Swinging another ground ball down the third base line. It'll ricochet around out to Cam Pearson, foul. Bluefield now at 6-14 on the year after the 3-1 win in Game 1. And they have a game on Monday right here at Graham Rec Park as that pitch drops inside and low ball 2. Playing against West Virginia Tech in a doubleheader that'll start at 3 p.m. Be right back here on Wednesday. A big swing for Bluefield. Playing a ton of games at home. Pitch. Swinging a hard ground ball straight up the middle. That's a base hit, and it'll score some runs. Bass comes in. Now the throw to the plate off target, and Godwin scores as well. So Corum with a couple of RBIs, able to get to second on the throw. And now the score jumps up to 8-2. Back to the top of the lineup. Here's Michaela Gore, homered to start off the game. Ground ball right off of her body. And it's strike 1. So for Bluefield, it's definitely getting a decent amount of home games coming up next week in particular. 2 on Friday and then 2 more on Saturday against Montreat. Those are all conference games. That pitch goes inside and high, count 1-1. So Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, all conference games for Bluefield. 1-1. Ground ball towards third and foul. That's what happens when the season starts off with so much snow and so much rain. You end up playing almost every day in the month of April. One ball, 2 strikes. Runner at second, the pitch. Fouled straight back. Gore has scored twice today. 1 for 3, reached on an error in the second and then flew out to center field in the only 3 up, 3 down inning of the game. That was in the top of the third. Union trying to jump up by possibly 8 runs. That could end the game. Pitch, swing and a miss on a changeup and just fouled it off actually. So just nicked it off of the bat. Ball and 2 strikes. Looking over for a sign from her coach. Gore awaits. Pitch. Ground ball over to short. Hard hop for Bailey. Gobbles it up. Throw to first low. And moving over to third is Corum. And now trying to go home. Throckmorton kind of lazily played it. Now has to get it back to first. And the error that time will be charged on Throckmorton in a terrible inning for Bluefield. Just 2 runs have scored, but there have been 3 errors and just 1 out. Bringing up the two-hitter now, here's King. Pitch, runner going to second. Now pump fake, throw to third, no tag in time from Phoenix. And now runners in scoring position. King has scored twice as well. Reached on an error back in the first inning. Came around to score and singled in the second. Pitch showing bunt, lays it down right in front of home plate. Throw, and now sliding through, she's out, moving to second now. A confusing play for the umpire. So Corum is out on a toss home. So make that 2 outs. Gore goes to third, and then King moves to second on the fielder's choice. So now there are 2 outs. Runners in scoring position, 8-2 the score, and here comes Talton. The pitch. Drives it into right field. Strange can't make the catch as she slips. Both runners score, and now it is 10-2. Hard inning continues back up to an 8-run lead in the 5th inning. So Bluefield, if they're not able to score a run in the bottom of the 5th, that could be over. That's it. Hit for Talton. On with a single. It was a tough one for Strange, who has slipped up out in right field today. Got an 0-1. Meanwhile, Haley Lyle watches it go high and inside. On the 1-1. Popped up right side. Throckmorton looking to try to catch it, and then it just hits the top of the dugout. He just puts her hand on top of the head of Mandy Head, actually, and now the count is at 1-2. It's just been that type of game for Bluefield, down by 8. 2 outs and a runner at first. Pitch. Another hard hit ball into left field, bouncing through Pearson, and now Talton moves to third base. On to second goes Lyle, and now everyone is safe again. So a double for Lyle. Talton over to third now. Refresh the scoreboard, now 10-2. Pitch. Get on the ground over towards third. Now to play. No balls, 1 strike. Mandy Head. 1 for 3, reached on a single in the second. Another error back in the first, and flew out to left to end the 4th. 2 runners in scoring position. The pitch. Another swing and a grounder. That's foul. Third base side. And foul. So Sparks hoping for some help from her infielders. Just 1 strikeout on the day. Could be their second. 0-2. High and outside. It's ball 1. So a busy week for Bluefield next week, and a chance for them to try to climb up the AAC ranks. Unless something great happens in the bottom of the 5th. This could be it in a split doubleheader. And now time called. Sparks was a little bit deliberate. The umpire making sure that Sparks knew that that pitch was not going to count. Now Mandy Head looking for a chance to put her team possibly up by 10. 1-2. Change up outside corner. There's the second strikeout for Sparks. But the long inning ends. 4 runs on the board for Union. They lead 10-2. Last chance for Bluefield to try to come back within 8 here as they go to the bottom of the 5th. Rams down by 8, and now Union looking for the final 3 outs of the game as Bluefield will lead it off with Lauren Bailey in the 2-3-4. In the circle for the second straight inning. Into this one is Rachel Gauden coming in for Keene, who's likely to get the win. Rams able to put 2 runs on the board in the bottom of the 4th, but here comes Bailey, who's 0 for 2. She slaps that one high in the air, out the shallow left, coming in to catch it, Gore. And that was almost a scary situation as King slid down. So an F7 now, and out number 1 in this 5th inning. Here comes Cam Pearson, walked and scored a run. She is 0 for 1. Pitching has just been that good where the Rams haven't had that many chances at the plate. Pitch, outside and low. There's ball 1. Throckmorton on deck. She had an RBI double in the 4th inning. Now seemingly with the bases loaded and 2 outs, Kate Pennington on that ground ball over to second. Ended up being a runner's interference on Michaela Phoenix. Rams still had a chance, down by 4, but now it's jumped up to an 8-run lead again. The pitch, outside and low. 4-run scoring in the top of the 5th inning off of Lake and Sparks, all unearned. As the concentration not really there. 1-0. Inside corner, strike 2. Make that strike 1. 10-2 the score. Union looking for a way to get their 12th conference win of the year. They are 13-18 overall. That one is bounce foul. Count 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pearson getting the start in left field in this game. Just 1 out. Rocking the offer. Driven out to shallow center. Godwin has a beat on it and makes the catch for out number 2. So just 1 out away from a run rule victory for Union. Now stepping up to the plate, Meredith Throckmorton. Well, Throckmorton 1 for 2, a double and a RBI. She's hit the ball pretty hard today. Back in game 1, she did the same thing. First pitch. Yeah, the first baseman takes a ball, or rather a strike called, right across the knees. Oh, what? Sliced foul, right side. Go out of play. So the Rams take a couple of days off over the weekend, try to process through and look to come back on Monday to get a couple of wins against a non-conference foe in West Virginia Tech. 0-2. Outside and low. One ball, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Blowing out towards left. The pitch. And on the ground, over towards third, and snagged just inches in foul territory. Nobody on. Throckmorton possibly the last chance with the Bluefield Rams down by 8. Pitch outside and just missing. Ball 2. A tough one for the freshman Lakin Sparks to pitch in this game with all of those runs being unearned in that last inning and a few before that as well. Hitter. 7 of the 10 runs on Sparks unearned. Speaking of Sparks, here she comes to the plate, 0 for 2. Runner at first could possibly elongate the game. Rams down by 8. Union looking for the final out to wrap it up in the bottom of the 5th. Pitch. Sparks with a line drive and a left field, a base hit. Gore able to get it on a bounce, and now 2 are aboard. Bluefield not done yet. Here comes Riley O'Neill. And a conference called now. A timeout with your team up by 8. Nicole Felker in her 2nd season. Graduated from Bethany College. That's out in Kansas in 2013. officially named the head coach in November of 2016. Turns around to go back to the dugout. Throckmorton on at second, hit by a pitch, and Sparks just snuck on with a blooper. Here comes the catcher, Riley O'Neill. So the Rams with 6 wins on the season. All of those came in the first game of the doubleheader. Pitch outside and just a bit low. So nothing for the Rams in game 2 of doubleheaders. The depth really isn't there. Lakin Sparks still trying to find her way in the circle. And then the concentration also lapsing. That pitch drops outside. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. So a huge week coming up. St. Andrews, Montreat, as well as Tennessee Wesleyan, all on the docket in just a week. Pitch. And on the ground over to short, bobbled there by King. Picks it up, throws to first, not in time. Hard hop, and the bases are loaded with an E6. Everybody moving. Throckmorton to third, Sparks to second, and O'Neill to first. Here comes Carly King with the bases loaded. Wind still whipping around. And with the bases loaded, an 8-run lead for Union in jeopardy now. Rams haven't been able to get anything done all day in either game with the bases loaded. Gaudin pitches. Popped up right in front of home plate, and the pitcher makes the catch for the final out. So that'll be it for today. Union able to win 10-2. And a tough one of game 2. So the Rams now fall to 6 wins on the season to be joined with 15 losses, and Union able to improve to 12-4 in the AAC and 14-18 overall. Going to be right back here on Monday when the Rams take on that team from Beckley, West Virginia Tech. But so far in this one, the Rams trying to find a way to just take a break, get on to Monday, and look for a couple of wins against the Golden Bears. So that's it for game 2. Final score, 10-2. And until next time, my name is Bailey Engel, reminding you to take it easy, Rams fans.